An Ohio hospital system says one of its own former doctors prescribed significantly excessive and potentially fatal doses of a powerful drug to dozens of patients who later died. Local prosecutors are investigating that doctor. Mount Carmel Hospital reported at least 27 of those patients were near death and receiving intensive care. Dr. William Husell was fired in December. 23 caregivers, including 14 nurses, 6 pharmacists, and 3 managers, were placed on leave. And Anna Werner has been following this story. Anna, good morning.
Good morning. We sat down with 5 people who say that their family members died while under Dr. Husell's care. Their relatives had been admitted for a wide range of conditions, but attorneys for the families say all of them died after being given lethal doses of the potent drug fentanyl.
Sometimes I kind of look at it and say, I hate you.
From her doorstep in Columbus, Ohio, Christine Allison has a clear view of Mount Carmel Hospital. Last July, paramedics took her 44-year-old husband Troy there. He'd been in a truck accident and was having trouble breathing. Shortly after he arrived, she claims the attending doctor, William Husell, told her,
"Oh, no, he's dying. I'm 99.9% sure he is brain dead."
What Allison says she didn't know was that during his care, her husband received what her lawyers in a civil suit describe as a lethal dose of fentanyl. Some 3 hours after arriving at Mount Carmel, Troy Allison was dead.
After it was over, we go down in the parking garage. I looked at my daughter and I said, "What the just happened?" And she's like, "Mom, I have no clue."
Allison is now suing Dr. Husell and Mount Carmel Hospital, alleging the drug was intentionally prescribed to hasten the termination of Troy Allison's life. And she's not alone. All of these people are now suing, alleging their relatives died after receiving lethal doses of fentanyl prescribed by Dr. Husell. Lynn Marshall lost his 39-year-old brother, Nick Timmons.
So they're like, "We don't think your brother's gonna make it." And I'm like, "But what if he did?" They're like, "We think he's brain dead."
Lisa Coleman watched her 80-year-old father, Jim Allen, pass away.
It's cold hardness. It's horrifying.
Helen Young lost her husband of 46 years, Sanders.
The doctor come and told me. He said, "Mr. Young's kidneys are gone. His lungs are gone. He's brain dead." I said, "How did all that happen at once?" I said, "How in the world did that happen?"
Mount Carmel Hospital is investigating.
We apologize for this tragedy.
In a taped statement, CEO Ed Lamb said that during Dr. Husell's 5 years at the hospital,
This doctor ordered significantly excessive and potentially fatal doses of pain medication for at least 27 patients who were near death.
Mount Carmel fired Dr. Husell, and more than 20 nurses and pharmacists have been removed from patient care duties. But Dr. Husell's attorney told CBS News, "We dispute the hospital's characterization and continue to review the patient records recently provided to them." Attorney Richard Blake says the doctor did not intend to kill anyone, nor were these mercy killings.
Isn't anybody watching the ship?
The hospital's apology isn't good enough for Albert Belisari, whose 69-year-old sister Joanne died at Mount Carmel in 2015 after also allegedly receiving a lethal dose of fentanyl.
What's keeping this from happening? Don't they have any accountability for their actions?
Attorney Gerald Leesburg represents 9 families whose loved ones died, including the 5 in our interview.
It happened for years and years, and it happened with multiple people who had to have been getting red flags or warnings that the orders that Dr. Husell was making were inappropriate.
How does this go on for 3 years and nobody notices?
Well, that's the $64,000 question.
We have so many questions. We don't know why he did it. You go to the hospital, get well, hopefully walk out, not die.
That man shouldn't be allowed to be in medicine at all. He needs to be prosecuted for real. Because look what he did to these people.
Well, Dr. Husell's attorney, as we said, denies there was any intent on the doctor's part to kill anyone, but the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office says they are investigating. The hospital said in a statement that the way this was finally brought to their attention was that an employee spoke up. but officials have not explained why they did not take action sooner.
Very troubling story. They're raising a lot of important questions. What the heck happened there?